All right. Before I start, I'm give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakrash, the one to the apostles, and elders, great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations. So, like Akim, walk out there, learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. It's going to be another quick video through the Spirit. All right. I was reading some in Psalm chapter 100, and it gave me the inspiration for the title. All right, and I'm gonna just read it first. All right, this is Psalm chapter 100. I'm gonna start at verse 2. It says, "Serve the Lord with gladness, come before His presence with singing. Know ye that the Lord, He is the Most High Power. It is He that hath made us, and not we ourselves. We are His people and the sheep of His pasture." And this is mainly directed at, the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But this also includes all of mankind. All right, we were created. We didn't evolve from a fish that passed gas, and that gas formulated into a fucking salamander that hit the shores of some that landed in the shores off the Gulf of Mexico, and then 200 million years later, the motherfucker climbed a tree and fell over. And when he fell, the nigga grew some hair on his chest and then started. It didn't go down like that. All right. It's a silly slideshow. All right. False narrative that Esau, the so called white man, likes to paint. All right. Really, if you don't believe in the Most High Power, you're a white supremacist. All right. Or you believe in white supremacy. You believe in eugenics. You believe that Esau, the so called white man, is a superior race on planet Earth, because all of that, that whole doctrine of there is no God, evolution, or, we're just here because we're here, that all helps support Esau, the so-called white man, because all the backing science behind it says what? That so-called whites have the biggest brains. They're so smart and beautiful. Their skin is perfect, and it's a big phony mess. All right, but sticking to the main point, we were created by the Most High. Well, really, through Yahushua Hamashiach, the elect, right, the angels. But we were created. We didn't create ourselves, and we didn't create the Most High. The only gods in this world that were created were false idols, and they're not real. The only thing that's created about them is their names and a picture, but they don't actually exist. All right, we're not us. The Israelites, us coming back to our heritage. This is not a fantasy. This is not a fable. This is real. This is true fact. There is a God, all right, who's responsible for all. His name is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shai. His chosen people are the Hebrew Israelites, and he is pissed off at this world and is about to send a sword destruction upon it. All right, Job chapter 4, verse 17. It says, "Shall mortal man be more just than the Most High Power? Shall a man be more pure than his maker?" And the answer to that is no. And that's what you see in this world. All right, if a person tells you they don't believe in God or in anything at all, it's like a person that thinks like that or is willing to say that, they cannot be trusted. All right, they only believe in themselves and what they can do. They only believe in bettering themselves, making sure they can get on top. All right, getting the advantage. People like that, hey, that's pure evil. If you don't believe in the Most High Power, and then, just because you do doesn't automatically make you righteous. But people who already don't believe, all they're looking for is themselves. They don't have they don't have a proper sense of morality. This is why Esau, the so-called white man, goes around destroying things, stealing, lying, cheating, setting up armies after he came, killed you, stole you, raped you, lied to you, then set up garrisons over you, saying this is how you're going to live from now on. They don't have a sense of conscience. Not believing in a higher power makes you void of a sense of morality. You don't realize, okay, well, you know what, maybe I shouldn't do this. That's not right. I shouldn't eat this. That's not right. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't say this. When you don't believe in the Most High, You don't have that compass in your brain. And even this many people who do believe in the Most High, they don't have the full understanding of the scriptures like we do. Therefore, they don't have that compass either. All right. So no, we're not pure than the Most High. You're not so. We're not so smart. We didn't. Hey, the Most High. All any wisdom that we get is given and shed down to us. All right. Let me get this in Genesis, because let Esau's so-called white man tell it. They're just so smart. We create cars and irrigation systems and agriculture, and we learned how to farm and all this and all that. Everything that we know how to do is a gift of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, even to these wicked heathens, they only know how to do things because it was given to them. Esau, the so-called white man, was purposely handpicked by the Most High and was allowed to be set up to his current estate. Esau, you didn't rise to your level because you're so great. You didn't rise as the Greeks because of your own might. You didn't rise to the Romans because of your own might. You were allowed to do so by the Most High. The many thing that these people today don't believe in. All right, this is Genesis. Thanks a lot. I was gonna get the one just to further the point. I wasn't gonna get too deep into it, because when you're dealing with the creation, of mankind, the garden, Adam and Eve, all the things like that, it actually you can get pretty deep. But where is it? Is it 4:1? Or is it 4 and where's that? Just to further just to further back it up, slot. Where's it at? Just type it up real quick. Slovakia. I thought I knew exactly where it was at, but I guess I didn't. But hey, that in of itself proves that we're not as almighty as we might think to be. That's why we need Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Oh, 5 and 2. Wow, looked clean over it. Okay, so this is Genesis chapter 5. Yep, this is Genesis chapter 5. I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, "This is the book of the generations of Adam, and the day that the Most High Power created man, in the likeness of the Most High Power made he him." So also did we not create our own selves, but we don't even have the ability to control what we look like at the point of our creation. We could have been. I can't even. The Most High could have created us to be something that we can't even understand right now, but He chose to make us in a similar fashion of Himself through Yahweh Shai, the angels, the elect. Meaning what? The feelings that we get. All right, being able to know certain things. All right, certain dogs aren't on the same level as us humans. Dogs weren't exactly created, and a dog can't speak language. A dog doesn't have the certain feelings, like say if someone were to one of your best friends dies and you get sad and you have the memories of hanging out as children and all this and that. These other different forms of life, they don't have that same type of ability, showing you that we're not capable of even understanding why. All right, you can't find Esau, so-called man, since you're so great. Go create the human race all over again. If we're all so great, why can't we? If we evolved to the current estate, why can't we observe evolution from point A to point B where we're at now? How come you can't find whatever that missing link, lizard, squirrel, dinosaur, fish, reptile, turtle, tomato, whatever it was? Why can't you observe it, put it in a cell, and watch it go from that to now? Because it's a sham. It's a big story. All right. Genesis 5 and 2, it says, "Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. So this lets you know that there was multiple beings created at one time. It wasn't just a Adam and a Eve. There was a surplus amount of humans that he created. All right, that's how people were being born. You can't birth an entire an entire population off of just two people. You needed more people. All right. Within it also says what male and female created he them and blessed them and called their name Adam. All right. So hey, and you being able to wake up on a day-to-day basis, even though us the Israelites we're cursed right now, but us having the certain senses, and it tells you that in Sirach, you being able to do basic math, hey, that's a blessing from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You being able to experience what we consider love, being able to experience what we consider happiness or even negative emotions, shame, sorrow, guilt. That's because the Most High made us in His image, and we don't have any control over that. And very soon, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is going to remind this whole world who's really in power, who's really behind the driver's seat, who. Why do you think the Most High has so many titles? Let me get one of them. Let me get one of his titles, actually. Esau, you're so smart, eh? You're so smart. Basic things they can't figure out. And any of you wicked two-thirds Israelites that trust in Esau, the so-called white man, more than you trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, the Most High is going to get rid of you here very soon. You're going to find out how horrifically wrong you were. No, your black monkey ass didn't descend from a fucking gorilla that learned how to smash rocks together. All right, Hebrews chapter 12, verse 9, it says, furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we give them reverence. All right, shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? All right, so that's a title for the Most High, Father of spirits. Why? Because all spirits originate from the Most High. Everything that we see before us ultimately originates from the Most High. All right, He gave His Son Yahushua HaMashiach the go-ahead to create all. But even you wicked devils, all spirits, that's why when everyone dies, they go back to where? The spiritual realm. Esau, how come when you die, your dead body, if I remember correctly, gets, 72 kilograms lighter? How come when bodies die, all the heat leaves out of the body? All right, that's literally the spirit leaving you and going back to the Father. If you devils are so great, if we're in so much control of our own destiny, how come when someone dies, you can't grab their spirit and put it back in their body? How come you can't stop the process of death? How come we can't see into the future since we're so... Or how come Esau, you ain't figured out teleportation yet and time travel? All right, and telekinesis and all this and all that. Why? Because we were created, we were fashioned, we were formulated, we were put together, we were built. That's why you have to fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, because we're not as great as we might think ourselves to be. You can get into a car crash and you can't do anything to stop it. You can be walking on a perfectly dry, straight, even leveled piece of ground and fall and bust your face in half. You could just not wake up one morning, perfectly healthy, and you could just not wake the fuck up and just croak in your sleep off of nothing. That's why it's what the scripture, thou worm Jacob. Essentially, compared to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, we're worms. And you know what? Actually, let me go back to that Job. I'm gonna grab this other scripture in Peter's. But let me go back to this Job. I gotta keep reading down on it. Job 4:18 now says, behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels he charged with folly. So this is basically showing you how much higher the Most High is above the angels, all right? Because the angels follow all orders, but compared to the Most High, the angels, it's incomparable. Verse 19, how much less on them that dwell in houses of clay, whose foundation is in the dust, which are crushed before the moth. And this is talking about us. How can we be proud when we're on a lesser level than the angels? And it says, what, houses of clay? Why? Because we're from the dirt, like it tells you in Genesis. We're from the ground, literally. That's why when you die, over a certain amount of time, your body decomposes, and literally, as in non-fiction, as in real, legit, verified fact, when you die, uh, when your body fully disintegrates, it becomes dust. As the saying is, from the dust. Well, my man say in the book of Eli, from the, and that's in the scriptures, but he said what? From the dust we came, to the dust thou shalt return. And he got to putting the smackdown on the people in that salon. But that's a very true statement. Our the creation of us began from the ground, and when we go out, we go back into it. It says, whose foundation is in the dust, which are crushed by moth, before the moth. It says, they are destroyed from morning to evening. They perish forever without any regarding it. Doth not their excellency which is in them go away? They die even without wisdom. Con. And that's just how it is. So and that's why I said, it does not their excellency go away with them. You can be, hey, that, and he's not the smartest man in the world. That was a silly, cruel little child's joke. All right, calling Stephen Hawkins the smartest man in the world. Man, this dude couldn't even get his rod up to pee in a correct angle if he needed to. Dude all bugged out, pretzelized to a chair. And his excellency with the way with him. He was so mighty. He was such a great, smart wizard or whatnot. And the dude, if you put a gun in his face and said, stand up right now, you're dead. He had never, you would die of old age before he stood up. Showing you, man, Esau, hey, Esau, you have a lot to pay for. You've literally convinced the majority of the world. You've convinced slaves, these other heathens. You've convinced bottom of the barrel heathens that worship rocks and silver that they're gods. You're telling you have and I'm gonna get this last scripture and I'll probably end it, but you have people that believe that they themselves are gods, would they think they can think something into existence. Or you know what, there's this certain movie I got my laptop in front of me, so I gotta type the actress's name in. And the only reason why I remember it, I remember I was a kid, and like I remember seeing certain pieces of it. But there's a certain movie where dude, he was like, it doesn't exist until we get there. Okay, A Perfect Getaway. Yep. Okay, it was the movie A Perfect Getaway. It came back out in 2009, but he said something in there, and this is the spirit. Hey, he said he was talking to his wife. He was deranged. He was crazy. He was unhinged. But he said because they were being chased or some shit. But he was like, it doesn't exist until we get there. And that's these, man. You got people that actually think that they can actually create. No. The only thing we can be and do is subject unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And if he's dealing with you, then he can empower you to do certain things. But since the majority of the people in this world are not being dealt with, they're nothing. These people are fucking nothing. All right. First Peter chapter 1, verse 24. It says, for all flesh is as grass, and all the glory of man as the flower of grass. The grass withereth, and the flower thereof falleth away. So that's what man is like. Grass that fucking withers away. Here 1 minute, gone the next. Like the scripture says. Literally, if I can't remember where it's at off the top of my head, but how we're here in a very short passing. That's why Abel had the name transitory when you look up the meaning of it. If I remember correctly, Abba Ya'ala. All right, Abel. I might be I might be messing it up a lot. Let me just hang on. Let me just get it. I'll just get it real quick so I don't destroy it. And I'll end it on this because mankind is transitory. We're not in control of our own destiny. We're not self-sufficient. We're not all this. We're not all that. We're subject unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai 24/7. A ball, it looks like, or it looks like hot ball. Okay, yeah, I was off this. So yep, ha ball. So let's see. Uh, says breath. Let me go to blue letter. But even that, hey, breath. When you breathe out, you don't even see it. It disappears. That's what we're likened unto. Right. So don't be all proud and high-minded and all this in your head. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to humble this world here so very soon. All right, because of them type of thoughts. All right, because of the actions of these people. You know what? I'm gonna get another one in Psalms. The one that I can already know, and then I'll end it. I just want to look at this word able real quick. Let me see. I'm looking at it in the blue letter now. Let's see what we get for able. So once again, it's a ball, breath, breathing correctly. Let's see. Breath of mouth. Yep. See, commonly used of anything transitory, evanescent, frail. For my days are breath. So it's basically, see, okay, it says vanish more quickly than our breath vanish. So basically, literally meaning here one instant, gone the next. And that's what mankind is. That's why we're just supposed to trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and serve them. That's the whole duty of man. Because at any instant, you can die. All right, Esau, so-called white man, you still haven't figured out a remedy for death. You Rothschilds, did not we have one of the Rockefellers that died not too long ago? All the wickedness y'all can do, all this technology, all this and all that. Y'all still cannot stop your heart from beating when it's time to go. You still can't stop your brain from turning off when it's time to go. All right, you can't stop yourself from being crushed or burned alive or falling off a building. All right, so we're not as great as Esau, the so-called white man, has lied to you and told you. All right, it's not survival of the fittest. It's for survival of whom Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has chosen. If Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai wants a motherfucker who's 110 pounds, weak, one blind eye, a bad leg, and scoliosis to be a part of his elect above everybody else in this world, then there's nothing that we can do about it. All right, that is the person who's going to prevail. Motherfucker that's 6'5", with arms the size of your face, that don't mean nothing in the sight of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, Psalm chapter 14, verse 1. It says, the fool hath said in his heart, there is no power. I'll just read it regular. It says, the fool hath said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doth good. And that's true. People who don't believe in the Most High, by nature, they're wicked people. They lack morality. They lack a sense of right from wrong. They don't feel like they have anyone watching them or that's going to judge them for the things that they do. Therefore, they do whatever their heart's content is, and that's wickedness. All right, so with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakorash, divine honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all like Akim, Wakwatim, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Hope it was another edifying lesson. All right, hey, we're created by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, so act like it. Fear the Most High, fear Yahweh Shai, worship the Most High, worship Yahweh Shai. Do the things that we're supposed to, as if like how your actual parents, your physical parents, how they would be watching over you on your head. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is watching over us. Don't be acting like they don't exist. All right. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.